We at Motovation hope you and your family are continuing staying safe. Our walking locations temporarily closed, but our online store is open, taking orders and shipping them out daily. We sincerely thank you for the continued support. Let's get into this video. Hi, I'm Mike, and welcome to our Motovation USA Brief Unboxing, where you can buy anything, everything premium for your motorcycle. In today's video, we're going to be looking at MotoGadget M.View blade long-term review. You're gonna notice a ton of information right outside of the box. It's gonna have a certified stamp that it went through test, making sure that what you're getting is quality. It's gonna be very well packaged. Inside of that packaging, they're gonna have a black and white sheet of paper that gives you instruction in several different languages. So they are a German company. You're gonna get your instruction in German and in English. Their packaging is very interesting. Most of the time we see people have bubble wrap, keeping their product in line, and that works fine. But what they did on their end, the product is actually black, and inside the packaging, it's blue. Keep in mind, the inside of the box is not actually blue. There is a folded cardboard box that's somewhat encasing the actual mirrors. That way it's keeping it from shifting, and it's like a trifold, and it's keeping it in place at the same time. That backing is in blue, so when you look at the packaging itself, that blue makes the black pops out. Very impressive, minor details. So somebody like me, I spot that immediately, and it says a lot. You can see where it says it's patent pending, the product, how it's made, where it's made from the outside, it's dated. A lot of information. Kudos to them there. I think that's really dope. Some of the minor details, somebody like myself notice it immediately. Now, the second component that you're gonna unbox is the bar-in adapters that is sold separately. It's in a little white box. It has the SKU on there, and it is bubble wrap. Installing this product on your motorcycle, whether it's a sport bike, dirt bike, super sport, it's a walk in the park. It's something that anybody that rides could actually do. It's a no-brainer. Do this yourself. Don't worry about, asking someone else to take care of it for you. You're just gonna lose money there. It's a pretty straightforward thing to do, and the instruction that is clear and concise that's included in there, you can't mess this up. And if you do encounter any issues, motovationusa.com, shoot us an email, give us a call. We'll be right there, right alongside you to answer some questions. Again, everyone's slightly different, but in most cases, installing a bar-in mirror is pretty much a 1-2 job, and they come in multiple shapes, whether if you want a round one, that shape that I have here. There's just a variety of M.View mirrors that you can pick from, and they can be installed in several different ways. Some people has installed them on the inside of the handlebar, at the very edge. On my bike, personally, you can put it in 2 different ways, where you can put it inside of the guard or on the outside. It's up to the imagination. So some people that are doing custom bikes or doing their own custom builds, they've managed very clever ways on how to install this and make it very unique and specific to their bike style. When it comes to experiencing each one of these products, one of my favorite part of the long-term reviews that I do, we don't just install them on there and tell you how great it is after riding with it for a couple of days, because sometimes you get a product that it works nicely and you're excited. So most of the time, the excitement gets the best of you and you think it's amazing. I've been riding with the MotoGadget M.View bar-in mirrors for a year now. I must say, the German company that created this, right? I'm specifically saying German because the Germans create some amazing quality. The Germans' attention to detail goes a long way, and they go past that, making sure that it's certified. They write that on the box or stamp it on the box, knowing that it went through certain testing or meeting certain requirements. They make mention that the bolts are stainless steel, right? It's anodized, anti-scratch proof. They made it a specific point to make sure that the buyer know that the mirrored surface is diamond cut. That way, it's not like a very simple process. It's something that's proven that is not gonna dwindle over time, get scratched or dings or dent. Like I said, I'm riding with this for an entire year. If you look at my bike or you even go up close to it, it doesn't just look great now. For me riding for an entire year, no scuffs, no dings, no dents, no scratches, it is holding up as they stated. So they are true to their word when we're talking about the quality aspect. The glass itself no scratches. And that's kind of a rarity, especially when we're riding at a very high speed. Small items, even bugs that splash and leave a streak, over time that could start scuffing the glass. This is where we get a little bit more detail about the personal experience. The entire body is CNC machined, so even from the joint that's holding the glassless mirror, the loop that's around the handlebar, the stainless steel screws, all that stuff is holding ridiculously well. The corrosion-free, oxidization, anti-scratch are all being held up quite nice, and I don't see any sign of that fading over time. So far so good. I'm really digging the piece, and more impressively, the entire unit is staying as it was from the day I installed it on the bike till this very day. Very rarely you're gonna see a company that promise certain things and that it stays. There is no fading at all on the black. It is still true black. That's also another thing that's very impressive. Now, we have to talk about something that's very crucial when we're talking about bar end mirrors or any kind of mirrors. In my personal experience, after installing certain mirrors, not all, a lot of brands are doing great, and things have improved over time with the products that we have. The ball joint where you adjust the mirror left to right, up or down, tend to fail over time. Or the tension kind of loosen slightly where you would have to adjust it. The tension from the day that I installed this till this very moment, again, it stayed the same. The quality control that they've done prior to actually shipping out these products, you can tell just by using it. The tension in that ball joint stays, and it's just as precise from day one. So that's really dope. You do see that fade over time if you get like knockoff mirrors or maybe cheap mirrors or something like that, but not in this case. It performed just as nice from the get-go. The product is extremely sleek looking. The quality is really high, and you can see it, and whoever approach your motorcycle will see that immediately. You can mount it up, facing up, or you can mount it facing down. You can mount it on the inside of the handlebar. The ball joint is fine tuning in terms of you placing it. You can move it a millimeter, 0.1 millimeter, or slightly move it. And there is no vibrations at all. But then again, when we're speaking about vibration, that varies on the motorcycle based on how much vibration your bike is producing into the handlebar. But in my personal experience on my bike, no vibration when we're talking about the MotoGadget M.View bar and mirrors. Very well placed, especially on a hypermotor Ducati. You know how it is. Ducatis tend to have a lot of grunt and grumble quite a bit. You do get a lot of vibration. In this case, none there at all. So that's a good thing. Now let's talk about some of the opportunities that I think that MotoGadget might want to explore down the line or maybe look into. Personally, I feel like items that are in the mirror are a lot closer than they appear. I think that's pretty common in any mirror. That's just the illusion, the factor of a mirror. But if something is this close, it appears a little bit further out. So just keep that in mind, especially as a rider, knowing if you see something in your mirror, either head check or start learning the product, knowing that, hey, if something appears here, it's a little bit closer. And realistically, when I ride, to me, everything is too close. That's my precaution. In another area of opportunity, when the sun's going down or we're riding at night, I've noticed this, it's like a flurry almost. The headlights of the cars behind me have this rainbow. It has a bit of a hue. You can see some colors there. So I've never seen that before. I've never experienced that before. At first it was a little daunting. I guess it might be the nature of the material that is polished into the glass. I mean, it's possible, or maybe the fact that it's diamond cut. I'm not sure. I can tell you that you will see that a flurry of colors. Great reference here. It's almost like a little bit of a kaleidoscope where you can see the colors a little bit. I've never experienced that before. So, and I was a little taken back slightly when I saw that, just not knowing what was happening. Who knows? Maybe they're completely unaware. And this is why we do some of these long-term reviews. If you guys are watching this, maybe it's something you could take a look at and see. Maybe it could be me or something like that. But those flurries of colors definitely threw me off. That's definitely something to be aware if you're looking to invest. The mirrors themselves, they're only 94 grams, so they're very light. So information like this, if you want to know, Motovation USA, shoot us an email, give us a call. We're right here. We can answer some of those. And the adapter, in some cases, you will need it. In some cases, you might not. The MotoGadget M.View Blade mirror is something I am extremely comfortable in recommending to anyone that's looking to have a specific look on their bike, something that's really unique. I know it's pretty common, people get bar end mirrors, removing the OEM bunny ears on most of their bikes. I think it's something that's very distinct, very unique. I've never had any mirrors that are completely not a mirror, not a glass mirror. It's a brush metal that becomes the mirror. So it's definitely something that's gonna strike a conversation when you either hit up a bike meet or you meet up with friends, because the mirror and the actual casing is completely flat. I mean, it's a very unique look. Highly recommend it, and it holds up extremely well over time. I've been rocking with it for an entire year. The small cons that I kind of mentioned, it's something that you would have to make a decision for yourself, or maybe it might be a little bit different for yourself, or maybe it's something that might be remedied over time, or maybe it's just me. But I highly recommend it. Definitely hit up the site, motovationusa.com, grab one for yourself. Make sure if you need an adapter to grab that as well. In some cases you might not. It is dope, and I recommend it. Love it on my bike, you're gonna love it on yours. I definitely love these. As recommended, use your parts purchase to support the store that support your sport. Motovation USA gives back to the riding community with everything from safety seminar courses and worldwide racing sponsorship. For the most trusted parts and accessories, shop motovationusa.com. All links will be in the description down below. And remember, ride safe and ride often. It's the only way to social distance. Yeah.